liberator, but you can't murder liberation. You can murder revolutionary, but you can't murder revolution. And you can murder a freedom fighter, but you can't murder freedom.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Art of Political Discourse. Let's get right to it. Denzel Washington will be the guy we talk about today, and it is because of an interview I caught on my timeline with Denzel Washington and Spike Lee a few months back. Courtesy of this clip is Complex News. The point is, what makes it so poignant, or I think worthy of being on this channel, is that Denzel was asked specifically about the cancel culture phenom or thing that's going on. He had a great deal to say about that, but to add to the cancel culture, he spoke in terms of how individuals of, let's say, social media sites and channels, how they tend to say that they're leaders in this culture of social media when they are honestly and truly just followers themselves. They get people to follow their content, while at the same time they follow content to drop content, make like they're leaders in this. Get out. This piece again, I think, is very important to bring to the masses. Before we do, I like to ask that you like, share, follow, and comment, as well as subscribe to this channel. Your participation and viewership in this channel will enable us to bring more informative and educational pieces to the masses. So we do appreciate you for that. Let's get to this piece. And again, this is courtesy of Complex News.
Do you guys consider being quote unquote canceled a way that
what does that mean? Being canceled?
It means you lose.
How can you be canceled?
It means you lose public support.
Who cares?
There you go.
Who cares? You gotta. What made public support so important to begin with?
Thank you guys so much for having me. I'm very honored to be sitting in front of two legends.
Love all the jewelry and all the.
Thank you.
Go ahead, girl. Style and got the colors going out.
It's just for us.
That's a good thing about Denzel, man, and Spike, man. You know, they bring a little brevity to the situation. You know what I'm saying? They are able, these two brothers, man, you know, you listen to them well enough, put a smile on your face, you know, while at the same time, they're lacing you, they're giving you knowledge, they're dropping jewels and gems for you to pick up. So I appreciate these two brothers myself.
Just for y'all. I had to come in Sunday's best for y'all. Absolutely. Right. After decades of working together, I wanted to know what was one thing that y'all learned from each other that has nothing to do with filmmaking.
Ooh, that's a good question. That's a good question.
Ahead,
give me some.
Thank you.
You know, that's a good one, G.
Thank you.
I don't know what we've learned from one another.
There's nothing to do with filmmaking.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just,
you know.
EnergyX is making really, really good progress towards building.
Go ahead.
And this is something that I not learned, but just enhanced.
Mm-hmm.
Family.
Right. That's what I was going to say. Family. That's what I was going to say. That's what I was going to say.
Yeah, but you didn't say it, though.
Well, you said it. You say it. Keep going.
Nah, I handed the ball to you.
That's what it's all about. That's what it's all about. I'll speak about my family. It's their time now. It's their turn now. You know, and we have passed the baton, and family is most important to me.
And also, over the years, our families have come close together. Right. It's just the Washington Leagues, you know, and our wives are very good friends, and it's just family. And you,
and Malcolm, what did he work under you as a?
Yeah, he was intern, and John David was a star of Black Panther. It's just you. I mean, there's no BS. You really hearing you talk about it all the time, and I said, you know what? Come on, Spike. You know how family is everything. Not that I didn't think that, but I just got reinforced.
Yeah.
Being with the Washingtons,
Family is a top priority.
First gem that these two brothers dropped, Spike as well as Denzel. Family is or should be everything. When most of us go out into the world, we tend to forget about family or the structure thereof. We tend to think that when we leave out the door, we left family behind us, not knowing that once we go out of the door, we're going into a greater, an extended part of our family. When we see one another in the streets, we fail to realize that this is family. And so because we don't think in terms of those who look just like us, that's outside of our door, our homes, they aren't family. Big mistake a lot of us make. We don't only make it in not in how we don't greet or treat one another. We also neglect that to know that family, it is something that transcends the blood, though it is a part of all our structure. We all have some of the same blood. We tend to treat family as though they are enemies, but we do the reverse with other ethnicities. When we come into contact with them, we treat them with more respect, more dignity, love even. We will call them bro or fam, more readily than we do our own. So this is something that I see on a daily, and most of us do. Just to hear them talk about what family is, and being that it isn't just that immediate family, it's an extended branch of the family, and they treat it as such. Good point they make.
Forever and always.
Yes.
Agreed. Denzel, we see your character in the movie get canceled, quote unquote canceled. And then the next day, celebrated as a hero on the covers of newspapers. And I feel like that's very similar to how we see a lot of public figures get canceled in the real world. Do you guys consider being quote unquote canceled a way that
What does that mean, being canceled?
It means you
How
lose.
can you be canceled?
It means you lose public support.
Who cares?
There you
Who
go.
cares? You gotta. What made public support so important to begin with?
I guess because followers now are currency, which you also speak to in the film.
I don't care who's following.
Mm.
Okay, you can't lead and follow at the same time, and you can't follow and lead at the same time. I don't follow anybody. I follow the heavenly spirit. I follow God.
Amen.
I don't follow man. I have faith in God. I have hope in man. But look around. It ain't working out so well.
Yeah.
Forget being followed. You can't be canceled if you haven't signed up. Don't sign up.
I like
That part. Don't sign up, and especially don't sign up to those who want to lead you down a path that it's not a path for productivity or positivity. It's not down a path where you're not being led to something that's empowering, something that's going to benefit your life, your future. Most of us, or most of those who follow, others, in social media, are just being led blindly. It's almost the equivalent. Well, our mothers used to say back in the day, if so and so went and jumped off a cliff, would you follow him? Back then it didn't make a lot of sense. It does now. But this is what we see in society now. Most individuals will follow individuals over a cliff, not knowing what awaits them at the bottom, and yet they follow blindly. They follow blindly, and that's sad.
to also add.
Don't get me started. My chest starting to hurt. Chest is getting tight. Talking about it. I could care less.
But here's the thing, though.
I'm about my father's business. That's who I'm following.
Amen.
Damn what people think. They could have it.
A lot of people.
If they don't like what I'm saying, don't listen.
Imagine being able to build an app with your name on it just by thinking about it. Meet Base 40.
Don't follow. See you later.
But
To
here's-
God be the glory. Follow that. Right? Hold your Bible the right side up, not upside
Uh-oh.
down.
Talk about it.
Here's the thing, though. A lot of people becoming celebrities for the guy that shot the guy in the middle of Manhattan.
Mhm.
He became a star. So you got to question morals. What are you famous for?
Mhm.
What
Hmm. True that. We see individuals all the time on social media who are um, semi-celebrities or celebrities, or have a following for all the wrong reasons. We get people, on a lot of these channels and these social media sites where they talk about something they did to someone who looks just like them. And based upon that is how they got their following, how that celebrity ship or celebrity status has come to be. People are following people for all the wrong reasons. And again, those who call themselves leading or wanting a following do not necessarily have anywhere they're going that's positive, and especially in the respects of leading people who are following. They're not taking anybody anywhere. Just look at it, understand it. They're not taking anyone anywhere. They're not elevating people. People are not being elevated as a result of the content that they put out before the masses. So a lot of us follow the wrong people for the wrong reasons. You see it every day in social media.
Pretty famous for, and those people are sometimes celebrated for doing stuff that you would consider evil, murder. And that's also in this film when the character of young felon is led up the steps to the Bronx. I forget what they call it, Scotia Yankee Stadium. He's like, fans are out there. He's, he's innocent. He's innocent,
Yeah.
innocent, and so.
You up on some RSN?
Yeah.
Yeah. Listen to Brand New Teeth. Higher self-need, higher budget. That's where young people are at now. Like, I gotta get the money. I gotta get it. That's the only way I'm gonna make it, is to get this money, get the exposure, get more followers, get more people, get the loot.
Get the bag. And that's all we hear social media nowadays, especially from them sites or them channels that are hosted by brothers, or hosted by others who employ brothers to push this concept, get the bag, get the bag, get the bag. That's all that matters, and that's sad in and of itself, because now you're saying basically, in order to attain this bag, there's nothing you won't do, nothing you won't say, and that's the sad part about it. The bag is everything now.
That's short money. All money ain't good money. All followers ain't good followers.
Which is a
You're
theme
gonna have
of
to
the-
answer. We're all gonna have to answer.
That part. And I'm not religious. I don't have a faith per se, but the point is, in terms of what Denzel just said, you're gonna have to answer. Either be here in this life, or if you think or believe or consider the concept about the next life, chances are you're gonna have to answer,
And also, what are you doing to get more followers? Come on.
That was my point. So we see what's going on in social media today. What are a lot of these brothers and sisters doing to acquire, to gain, gather, garner followers? What are they doing? And how is it that those who are willing to follow that doesn't see any wrong in it? Again, it brings nothing positive to the table. There's no purpose other than to further degrade or denigrate our own. There's no empowerment in what we see. And the majority of what we see drop by these social media content creators. And I don't care whether they're gangbangers or not. Even those who don't profess to gangbang, they're in the fray, They're in the fray, and nothing about what they're talking about is productive or positive. It's not uplifting. It's not empowering. It doesn't dispense the concept of love and unity. It's all about division. It's all about division.
On now, what are you doing to get more followers?
Yeah.
At what expense? Whose expense?
Speaking of young felon,
The expense of the youth now. See, because most of these people who follow, the age ranges vary, but I think that there's a concerted effort with a lot of these content creators, these channels on social media. The objective now is to get the younger generation, the younger and younger generation. This is why you see now the inception of younger individuals coming onto these platforms and speaking out of term or being led or convinced, coerced, whatever, to speak about things they really haven't lived through or know about, really have no knowledge of. But that's the content creators' way of bringing in the younger ranks of the population of our young brothers and sisters, especially.
See A$AP Rocky play young felon. He did such an incredible job, amazing casting choice. And I was curious of two things. One being, did he have to audition for this role? And two, what did he bring to the project that maybe you didn't expect?
Did he have to audition?
It was like a mini audition. First of all, I was not.
I didn't read with him. Yeah. No, I don't remember.
No,
Yeah.
well, here's the thing, though.
Okay.
With certain roles, I'm not going to cast them until they get the read. I know what to do or not to do. And so this is a pivotal role.
Yeah.
So,
And he delivered.
oh, he delivered. But the truth is, he did read with Denzel. And
He delivered.
he delivered.
What did
And
he
then
think?
another thing,
Mhm.
I know we talked about this a million times, Denzel, but for 5 years, people been saying that A$AP Rocky resembles Denzel.
Do
You
you
ever
see
seen
it?
I didn't see it. No, nobody said it to me.
They're scared to. They're scared to. So that really, I mean, think about this. Really, he is a beginning of the film. We see a relationship between his son,
Mhm.
and so we bring in A$AP's character. That's become another father. On top of that, another, like you're seeing. For me, you're talking to him with the thing in the middle, the glass, as if you are his father,
Right,
and
right.
he's. I mean that you are his father.
Right.
So there's a double level with father and son,
Mhm.
and the lessons the father is given to his two sons.
That's what's missing nowadays in social media, especially in social media, coming from those brothers who are in a position to lead. The lessons, as most of you do, observe, the content. And when you're done, determine whether or not a lesson has been applied to that. If gems and jewels have been dropped for you to pick up and carry with you, to weigh you down in such a way to where you're conscious, you're mindful, and you're focused on the focus in terms of what life really should be about and what direction your life should be headed in so that you'd have a future better than all those who came before you. These are the things that are missing in today's social media on these social media channels, these especially the reactionary channels that we see so many of, in today's society on social media. All right.
You know that, right?
So actors are now selling their likeness to AI companies so they can be in multiple projects at once and get paid in multiple projects at once.
What?
How do you
Whoa,
guys
whoa,
feel
whoa!
about that?
Start. I never heard
Well,
this.
First of all, actors,
Yes.
What they doing?
are they any good? You mean actors or good actors?
I think that's subjective, and
That's a simple question. You mean actors or good
Actors.
actors? Name a great actor who's doing that.
Mhm.
fair.
I'm listening.
Mhm.
Name a great actor that's doing that.
In other words, do you see my face in that? As Denzel said, do you, I'm not renting or loaning my face out to AI. Another thing, though, that's going on in society is AI. AI is not just getting a foothold in society, especially social media, technology, and things of that nature, but AI will, in the next few years, be pretty much at the forefront of most of what we do. And I don't mean just in our ordinary everyday lives, but I mean in the workplace, probably everywhere but the political level, business, manufacturing, distribution, everything. AI is going to take over. But I didn't mean to go into AI. I just want to drop this piece to the people, let the masses understand what's really going on and how, as individuals, as men and women, we should carry ourselves, especially when we say we have a following. Okay?
I can't.
Why not?
Do you consider it progress?
I never
Those
heard.
who can do, those who can't talk about those who can. Can you?
I never heard that before.
And that's that piece. Again, we send a shout out to Complex News. Denzel and Spike Lee, I think, did a great job in that interview. Again, the initial question, the core question, the core part of the interview evolved around the cancel culture, as well as going after the bag and who's really leading who. Who's leading and who's following, who's leading. All pertinent questions, all need to be subjectively looked at, dissected, and come to realize, or come to, finally understand what's really at play here. Because a lot of things that we involve ourselves in and that we follow behind really have no substance to them. All right. And I think that's the message, the core message. This is the Art of Political Discourse. We appreciate your viewership and participation with this channel. Take care of yourselves and one another.
You can murder a liberator, but you can't murder liberation. You can murder a revolutionary, but you can't murder revolution. And you can murder a freedom fighter, but you can't murder freedom.